Okay, so let's review for assignment section 2. By the way, Allie was pleased with the banner you created for Jenny's Oyster Hut site. She asked that if you could do some modifications, if you could modify another version of the banner by changing the color of the umbrella and add a second umbrella, some fish, some graphics, drop shadow effects, and do some modifications to color. So yes, that's what we're doing this exercise. To find the file, we'll open and then make our way to exercises, tutorials number 2, and then review. And we'll load the banner, and then we'll immediately save it as, okay, so open that, and then we'll get this error message that says we don't have this type fonts. We're going to go forward anyways. Right away you want to turn around and you want to save as, and I'm using this FL2-1 and then your first name and last name .FLA. So that's what we're going to save this as. Save, and that's the file that you're going to end up with. Okay, so that's the first thing. Step number 2 is edit the umbrella symbol in the library panel. So right now we're in properties. So if we click on library, there's already in the library these things. So we're going to select, and you can see this is what that looks like, the umbrella. And in order to edit it, we'll double click and it'll put it on the screen in our window here. So notice everything's selected. So if I click off of it, I'm deselecting. Okay, see the umbrella versus scene 1. We'll get back to that. Okay, what we're going to do is change the color of the maroon to a bright red and use the paint bucket. Okay, so the fill color will be bright red. Now let's see the paint bucket. Yep, fill color bright red. Then I can just paint. I can click and it'll fill that. Okay, the next thing I want to do is make the size of this thing 75%. So I'm going to go back to my selection tool, which is also the V key. I'm going to select everything, and then you can do a modify. Let's see, edit. Modify, transforms, and then we're going to go to scale and rotate. So it's off screen on yours. The other thing you could do is you could right click and you could do a right click and you could do a free transform. No, that's not going to do it. We want to select all, modify, transform, scale and rotate, and then we're going to just type in 7.5 to change the size, and then we're going to exit out of this mode by just clicking on the C. We can exit right out of there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place one of those symbols in the lower left corner. So I'm going to grab the umbrella, drag it here, and one over here. Now, in order to rotate these, you could right click and you could turn on free transform if it's not already check marked. Okay, so I'm going to select it, and then in the upper right corner you can just rotate that, and you can rotate this. Let's do this one by modify and then choose transform, rotate, and we can give it some positive, so let's go 33 degrees, so clockwise. Got it? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is do some editing to the fish. So if we double click on the fish body, let's zoom in to this and we'll bring it to center so we can do some modifications. What we're going to do is we're going to get the oval tool, which you'll see there's a rectangle, and if you click on it, you'll see the oval tool. Okay, and then it has the color for the fill. We're going to change the fill color to white. We'll change the outline color to nothing. It's the stroke color. We're going to turn it off so there'll be no stroke. And we're going to draw, let's get a little larger here, 400. And we're going to draw an eye. How cool is that? Now we're going to do one with a black on the inside to give the eye some sort of a, it's looking forward. How cool is that? Okay, using the pencil tool, here's the pencil tool, we'll draw a, hey, that wasn't the right color. Let's make it black. And I can undo, which is Control Z. Hey, it's like an owl. What's with that? Let's go with that kind of smirky smile. And then the next thing we're going to do is draw 3 short lines back here to give it a fishy looking feel. Alright, okay, so now we're going to create some lines. These lines currently are black. So we're going to make one that goes from there, there. And then we'll choose the fill color and we'll make it some beautiful peach color. Good. Peach color, we'll fill that. And then we'll get green for the top and bottom. How's that for a wild fish? Cool? Good. Okay. Then we're going to exit out of this mode, so we'll have now in our library that fish saved. We're going to place one in the middle, and we'll place a second fish over here. And what we're going to do is rotate this fish here. So when I get to crew transform, now it's doing a nose down. Yeah. So I got it doing our nose done. Okay, let's add a drop shadow. So let's go to libraries. And then we've got something selected here. If we look down here, there's the add filter. So notice we're under filters. We'll click add filter. The drop down has all kinds of stuff. We just want to select drop shadow. And see the drop shadow. Let's see, we'll make this 7. Distance is 7 pixels. And the filter is 90 degrees, so instead of 45, we're going to go up to 90. And if you want, you can just key in 0. So it's dropped off 90 degrees. Actually, it does look nice at 90 degrees, but we actually want 90% here for the strength. So there. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is add text. So grab the text tool, and let's make sure we've got the right type. So we'll click and select Jordana 16 point. So we gotta make that 16 point. And we'll click down here and type selection tool, we can center this. And let's get the type tool and select all the text, Control A, change the color to brown. We're going to finalize with adding a line. Let's see, we want this line to be nice deep blue, 2 pixels underneath there. And then we'll select the text. We can add a filter, new filter, drop shadow there. And we'll just take the color of the drop shadow and make it a gray. And then, let's see, we want to grab this border here. And we're going to change the color of that and we'll make that a maroon color. We'll call that maroon, and we'll make this stroke of 3. And then anything but solid, let's try a dashed line. And then we'll export this as a JPEG. So File, Export, and the export says Export Image. Okay. So by default it's going to say movie, but we're going to change this to JPEG. And then on the desktop, I'm going to use my Barack Obama. Okay, so FL2-1 and then FL2-2 for the 2 products that you'll do after this. And your first name and last name, and you click Save.